Hey Stephanie, happy Wednesday. I have been so very busy. I had a phone call that I needed to take. Um had a phone call I needed to take a little bit earlier, right when I went live. I said, "Well, Lord, goodness." Um Hold on one second. Let me finish sending this out. Um how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Our declaration is going to be God knows what he is doing. That is going to be our declaration. God knows what he's doing. Hey, Mrs. Etna, God knows what he is doing. I need somebody else I need somebody to type that in on the screen. God knows. God knows. Come on. What he is doing. God knows. Come on. What he is doing. I'm going to say it again. God knows what he is doing. God knows. I'm going to say it again. What he is doing. You say it again. God knows what he is doing. Pushing through. God knows what he's doing. Like I say, today has been it's been a very busy day. It's been a lot of things that I've been having to get done in regards to like me moving. It's been a pretty steady day. Blessings to you. God knows what he's doing. So I had a moment earlier where the Lord had told me, I want you to go, because I'm gonna just be real, y'all. When I first saw the house that I'm getting, it was a hard no for me. Like, I didn't take a video, I ain't take no pictures. Like, I really didn't even give that much attention to the house in itself. Like, I know we've all been there, things that we're not interested in. Some of you guys have probably done that with even some of the broadcasts. We just gonna keep it all the way real, where, you may not just be interested in the broadcast. And so what happens is our brains tune out and we remember nothing from what we hear, nothing from we when we go visit. It's like studying for a test, right? Being in the class that you really don't like, that you're really not interested in, and it's like you don't pay attention in class, and then you get to the test, right? And or you're revisiting, you start feeling like the teacher ain't teaching none of this. But a lot of times it's not that the teacher didn't teach you, it's that you were not like paying attention. And so, like, with the house thing, I really wasn't paying attention because I was so tuned out. Like, I was just already fear stricken. I was already like, this ain't it. Nope, 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 nope. Not even discerning. It was just fleshly. I'm just going to be real. And so you guys may say, well, why did you go for the house? I went for the house because God would not let me leave until I told her, hey, let's do it. It was the more and more she talked, God was just like, don't leave here without putting in an offer on this home, right? And so because I really didn't pay attention to it, all I remember was that the walls are white, right? And I had certain concerns. Is my furniture going to fit? Because I love the furniture that I have, Lord. Like, is my furniture going to fit? Like, beige themed furniture gonna fit like white? The walls were white. Like, not beige, not white. Like, as white as ice, as white as snow. There we go. As white as snow. Just so I can paint the picture. And so anyway, I knew that, okay, I have to start getting ready for like an inspection, to plan an inspection for this home, because every house you have to have an inspection, especially new homes, right? And so the Lord had told me, I want you to go back to the house and take a video of it. And so I asked the realtor. She's like, listen, I'm just waiting on the contractor to, let me know when. I'm waiting on the contractor to just let me know when we can do the home inspection. And so I already knew God wanted me to go today. She said, but you can feel free to go, right? So I went to the house. Are y'all ready for this? I need y'all to just simply, give me a one if I can keep flowing, because I promise there's a revelation. So I go back to the house, and I kid y'all not, I knew the like how to get to the house, like what the street, I knew that much. So I'm parking, I'm going in the house, and I'm walking through. I'm like, I think I'm walking in the right house. So I walk in the house, I'm recording. I'm like, hold up, in the middle of the video, hold up, this ain't the right house. I'm in somebody else's house, Lord. I walk out, I go ask somebody, because at this point I'm like, this don't look like what I saw. Let me just go out and ask one of these guys, right? So I'm like, is this house? Gave them the number of the house. The first guy like, I don't know. So I had no choice but to go back in the house, because there were people in the house working. And the Lord said, just ask them. The Lord said, just ask them. Ask them if this is the right house. Push come to shove, it was the right house. I was in the house, and it looked nothing like, the walls were not white anymore. It was the exact color. Hear me now. It was the exact color of where I live now. And it's like I saw the what the countertops actually look like. I saw what it really, really looks like, minus the floor, because that's not all the way done. And in that moment, I fell in love with the house. I'm just going to be real. I was just like, it ain't as small as I thought. What was I looking at, Lord? The Lord told me, he said, you weren't looking at all. But he said, I allowed you to come. I allowed you to come back to this house because I needed you to see that the concerns that you were having about whether or not your furniture would fit, whether or not your furniture, come on, I'm trying to go somewhere here, whether or not your furniture would, match the colors in the home. I did this to show you that I know what I am doing. The Lord told me, he said, in fact, I knew 2 years ago when you got this furniture that there would come a day where you would get a home that come on, and that this style furniture was exactly what you would need for your home. Am I making sense? Some of you guys are worried about things in regards to what God is real funny, but some of y'all are worried about things just like me, skeptical on receiving the new thing that God is doing. Some of you guys are worried about situations and circumstances. And the Lord said, tell them, I'm about to flex on all of them. That's what God did to me today. He flexed on me. While you sitting here with all these concerns, wondering, is this really what you want from me? Let me just have you go back, even though it ain't finished. It's finished enough for you to see that this is what this. I knew what I was telling you to do when I told you to go for this home. Am I making sense? And by God flexing on you, what he means is he's about to silence your fears. He's about to silence your concerns. And so even I got home, from looking at the house, I'm just shocked. I'm just like, Lord, I really don't need any furniture, which I really didn't want to get rid of my furniture. Like some people, when they move, they like all new furniture. Not me. I actually love every piece of furniture that I have. But God showed me so many different things about that home. I'm not going to get into the logistics, but it was just so many different desires, things that I just thought about, not even things that I prayed about. They were just thoughts. God, is the kitchen out there going to have somewhere for me to put a plug? It does. Am I going to have a bookcase in the home with the fireplace? It has both, right? I had so many concerns. So as I got home, I got me something to eat because I was starving. And most of my stuff is packed up. The Lord is like, okay, go to TJ Maxx. First he said, go to Target. I ain't seen nothing at Target. And then he said, go to TJ Maxx. At this point, I'm like, Lord, financially, like, you know what I have. You also know what I have to do, right? You also know that I need money for a home inspection. You didn't have me call somebody about cleaning my sofa. So, I'm just like, okay, God, I don't know what I'm going to. I didn't know what I was going for. I really didn't know. Anybody ever had God tell you to do something and you like, God, I don't even get why I'm doing that. I don't understand why I'm doing that. Why am I going here? So, I get to TJ Maxx. So, I'm looking around. I looked at shower curtains. I'm like, God, I don't want to get nothing for like nothing like until I'm actually there. I don't want to buy no shower curtain until I'm there, until I know exactly what it is that I want to do with that guest bathroom, right? So the Lord is like, okay, go look at the hand soap. Hey, Joy Speaks. He's like, Go look at the hand soap, right? So I go and I look at, the hand soap. I kid y'all not. And so I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see nothing. And then one stands out. One particular, you know, soap brand that I had saw my friend, she's a chemist, and she was speaking so highly of this soap, how it's just the best soap ever. And I'm like, if she's a chemist, she makes hair products like from scratch. I'm gonna listen to what she's saying. And so maybe about 2 months ago, I had actually looked up this soap. This particular soap is like $20 per bottle. That's some expensive soap. I don't care what nobody say. It's like 20 some dollars. And so it went on my little Amazon wish list, like everything else. When I'm like, God, I'm not sure if I want to spend that on that. It go to my little wish. It's $20 a bottle. So I'm looking at the soap, and I find a bottle of it. I saw the name, Pecksniff. That's the brand, in case y'all are wondering. Pecksniff something. Don't ask me the whole name, but it's Pecksniff soap, hand wash soap, or whatever the case may be. They do all type of stuff. And so I'm looking, said, okay, Lord. He reminded me, he flashed back my friend. So so I'm just getting one bottle. I'm trying to leave. I'm like, okay, this is going in the kitchen. It's lemon smelling. It's going straight in the kitchen. God says, you're not done here. Grab them all. I'm like, Lord, grab what all? Because I only see one. Do you not know? I got all the Pecksniff they had. It was like 6 bottles for $4. $4 versus 20. $4 versus 20. And so as I'm leaving, I'm leaving that. I'm like, God, you just literally answer the desire of my heart. I didn't want to pay $20 for one thing of soap. I didn't want to do that. But you didn't just gave me 6 for $25. 6 of them. That'll last me a long time. You done gave me 6 of them for $25. You know what the Lord told me? He said, I know what I'm doing. You may not know why I tell you to do certain things, but I know what I'm doing. And the Lord told me, he said, this is why obedience is key. Even when you don't understand, this is why obedience is key. Because you never ever know what is on the other side of obedience. All I knew this morning is that God was telling me, hey, go take the video of the house this morning. All I knew was that was what he was telling me to do. Right? I wouldn't have gotten my concerns dealt with any other way. He was showing me, you already have what you need. You don't need to be concerned. The concerns you have are not valid. All I knew is that he said go to TJ Maxx, not knowing that the soap that I honestly, I put it in my save for later in the Amazon cart with everything else, because I didn't want to pay $20 for one bottle. I'm not cheap, but I didn't want to pay $20 for one bottle of soap. I kid y'all, hand soap at that. Not a big container, if you gotta ask me. Not a big container. A regular size hand soap container. I didn't want to do that. But the Lord knew that was a desire, and he knew that at that particular time, on this day, that I would find it there for a much better price, and that I would be able to get 6 for the price of 1. 6 for the price of 1. I do not know who needs to hear this, but obey God. I don't know who needs to hear this. Obey God and let your mind rest. Some of y'all literally, you're thinking too far ahead in the future. And the thing about thinking too far ahead in the future is that 9 times out of 10, we ain't thinking no good thoughts when it comes to the future, especially if it's an issue or an obstacle that we're currently having to face. A lot of times when we start thinking in the future while we're going through, when we're in the middle of a storm, we're thinking worst case scenarios. But I really believe that in this hour, as you just follow what God is telling you to do, that 1, he's going to be showing you that your concerns are no concerns at all. But 2, come on, somebody, I believe that he's going to be showing everyone your concerns are not my concerns. But I believe that 2, desires of your heart will be filled with simple acts of obedience. All I did was just go to a store. All I did was just drive out to that home. That was literally all that I did. So again, God knows what he's doing. He has been showing me daily that the things I worry about are nothing. He's been showing me daily, especially now in the confines of this new thing that he's doing in my life. He's showing me day in and day out, you do not have to fear. You do not have to fear. And that's the broadcast. Somebody tell your neighbor, obey God. Point blank, period. Obey God. Obey God. Somebody tell your neighbor, just obey him. Just obey him. If he's not talking about it, don't you be thinking about it. Just do what he says do. And you too gonna have moments like what I'm having. And so listen, that is it, man. Obey God. Today has just been a day of, I was literally shocked. I'm like, God, I got soap for 2 months, probably more, because I don't know how long that soap is gonna last. But I got, one to put in each bathroom in the kitchen, and then I have a refills, right? But I wouldn't have ever gotten a chance to get those things. I probably would have ended up paying more. I probably, might not have even gotten the soap had I not just been obedient to what God was telling me to do. So listen, that's the broadcast. Obey God. That's it. To those of you guys that need to sow, there are 2 ways to sow. You can sow via Cash App, or you can sow via paypal.me/thoughts by T. The goal right now, I'm not sure when I'll need this, but I did just get an email about my home inspections. The goal right now is $300. That is the goal at the moment. And that's just simply so I can get what I need to get done. This process is moving a bit faster than what I thought it was going to move. If I can just be totally transparent. Obey God. That's it. Obey God. I don't know why God wants me to tell you, Stephanie Palmer, that you need to be sowing. You need to sow seed into this word. It was your word. I don't have a seed number. You sow whatever you feel led to sow, and that's for everyone. You sow what you feel led to sow. You may not feel led to sow. If you don't feel led to sow, do not sow. Listen, I received that, Miss Willette. I received that. God knows I'm just in the state where I've been wishing that I could scope more. Not scope. I miss Periscope, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I really, really miss Periscope. I miss Periscope now. But I've been wanting to do videos, but when I say I've been so tired, and I've just been having so much to do back to back to back that it's like, unless God just be like, sit down and do the broadcast, I'd be so tired. You did, Stephanie. I just be so very tired. Just pushing and just trying to just keep moving and finish packing and do everything else that I need to do. But I am so very grateful in this season. I'm so very grateful. I really am. Listen, in Jesus' name, I'm keeping my expectation. I'm keeping it up high. At this point, I think I'm just at a phase where it's like, God, whatever you tell me to do, I'm doing it. I'm not in the mindset of quitting, not in the mindset of giving up. It's just, God, whatever I need is going to show up right on time. Yes, I know I close in a month, but the funds that I need, just like you provided, for me to put the 1% down, everything I need is going to come right on time. And so, I think now that God did the first part of it, I have not been I haven't been as scared. Like before, I was scared. I was nervous. That was the most money I've had to believe God for, like in one sitting. That was the most money. I just got to be transparent. That was literally the most money I have had to believe God for, and so now it's just more so of, okay, God, you know what I have to get. I got to get a refrigerator. He knows. And so I just been following God, which is what faith looks like, and just trusting that my needs will pop up as I need them. And so that's been my mindset. I believe that that should be any believer's mindset. It's kind of like, people talking about gas prices. Today was the first day that I actually looked at gas. I'm just going to be real, because I don't care about prices of stuff. And I'm not being prideful when I say that. I'm not. Not I'm really not. But my faith just says what. How I don't care how much something costs. If God says I can have it, if it's something that I need, He's gonna provide it. But today I looked at gas prices and I said, "Whoa, Lord, they 3.89 here, and that's for regular." Said, "Oh, that is high. That is high." But I still wasn't worried. God has to provide regardless of the economy, regardless of anything else, and so that is it, man. That is it. To those of you guys that feel led to sow, you guys absolutely can sow. I do have to get off of here because I do have to now call this home inspector and first see what this email said and get that set up, so that I can get that done. But once I get more details concerning that, I will let you guys know. Let's yet all the time. He is all of our provider, and so I love y'all, man. I am rooting for you guys, and so